So show me around. Give me a tour.
All right, so I guess we'll start back here. This is our room. This will be our room. We put in insulation.
Old town board.
The windows will be replaced after we moved in, but those have not been replaced yet, and I'm not sure if we will or will not replace them.
They look like new windows there, bud.
There were new windows when he put them in, and it wasn't that long before when the house caught fire that, you know, he had to put them in. So,
How did the thing catch fire anyway?
there was supposed to be a blind cat near a kerosene heater, knocked the kerosene heater over.
And there's nobody here.
Yeah, nobody here. They left out, you know, going somewhere, and they left the kerosene heater running. So.
You killed the cat, right?
No, they didn't. This is a whatchamacallit, garden tub that has a pump that goes around it, so it's pretty much got, you know, where it pumps water through it.
Right.
I redid the piping over here because it was leaking all over the place. I've had to redo the piping on that side and over here and underneath there. About over 50% of the piping in this house I've had to redo because water froze it all up and broke it all to pieces. I mean, you can still see some of the pipe that I had to replace right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is going to be Ron's room, Ron and Laura's room. This is the master bedroom. We've had to put in a new electrical box here, and since we didn't have that where you saw it when you walked in, that particle board there, the birds would come in and make a nest in it.
Birds.
This is going to be his master closet. He's going to eventually have a countertop that goes all the way across with the sink here and everything.
Okay.
This is going to be the half bath right over here. You go in the hallway. Half bath is going to be right here. Sink and toilet, and that's about it.
Yep.
This is going to be James and Luke's room. Nothing's been really done in there yet. Some insulation's been put up. All the wiring in this side of the house has been either pulled out, repaired, or left there because the old stuff was still good. It wasn't burnt up, wasn't, you know, nothing, so we left it in there. All the plugs in the house have been replaced.
Yeah. Do you have some drywall up there?
Yeah, we did the closets because we could store stuff in there real quick because we were moving out. Out back. The toilet does work if you have to go number 2. This has been altered. The wiring and the ceiling lights has been altered from the original design from where he had rebuilt this side. All of this side right here, from this wall all the way over this way, it's all the new, we call it the new part of the house because it was built on after the guy had moved in, the previous owner.
So this is the old part of the house then?
Yeah, that's the old part of the house on that side. This part, even though it looks like it's been burnt to smithereens, it really hasn't. It cleans up real well and comes out. The windows right here will be replaced eventually when we get the money. I guess we're waiting for them to come in or something. All the air vents have been redone by a professional. He came in and did a really good job compared to the other guy. The other guy didn't know what he was doing. He had vents severed and it was a mess. We do have, I think, a lot of the insulation will be going up here eventually. Once we get the bathroom taken care of, the bathroom taken care of. That's the living room. This is the den, which will eventually have where they had a TV up here, and this is where the original fire caught. The TV was right underneath the kerosene heater, but we think it was the TV because the TV was just done for. It was melting off the wall. We redid the lights in here. We put up pot lights because it's cheap and easy to run. then he's gonna have a ceiling fan here or some kind of lighting situation. He's gonna eventually have a pool table and whatever else right here too. All the lights do work right now, as far as we know.
So we got the kitchen.
The kitchen. This is the way the countertop's going to be set up. The way everything's going to be set up. We haven't set anything in right now because we have to put the tile in on the floor, and we still have to drill a few holes for the kitchen countertops and stuff like that. So we haven't done nothing to that because of the tile. And up here, if you can see up here where it still looks like it's burnt, the inspector said we have to kilt it in. So it'll be like the rest of these walls where it's white.
Right.
Kilts. We have a spray gun that we were spraying with it.
Yeah.
So this used to be this is the old part of the house, like I said. It used to have a fireplace sitting right here. It was a brick fireplace that went up right here, and I had to knock it down and put this all here.
Right.
And then there was a wall that used to be here with the doorway over here, and we had to take that. When we took down the wall, we noticed that they didn't have a beam right here where it should have been a beam. So we put one in and redid the lights again and redid the wiring. Like I said, the vents are all new. All the plugs in here, every plug in the house is new because all the old plugs were burnt out. All the switches and all this side of the house.
So yeah, it kind of sounds like an electrical fire.
Yeah. All the the old wiring for the place, you could just pull it off. I mean,
Yeah.
it pulled the wire, pulled apart. All the wiring on this side of the house has been redone.
So what's this room here?
Truly. This is the study, or the library is what they're gonna call it.
Okay, yeah.
They're gonna build her a library in here,
Her as in Lee.
as in Laura, Ron's wife.
Oh, okay. And what's she do for a living?
She works at Commerce Club. She's a manager over there.
Commerce Club?
Yeah, it's a privately owned club downtown on the top of one of the buildings,
Okay.
and you kind of have to have a lot of money to be able to, go there.
So back here we got
The other full bath. This is what we were working on the other day. We're sealing up the bottom of the tub, redoing the piping and everything. Yes, this is the wrong size. We didn't get the right one. He was thinking the one behind here where it drops from here down to here, and we got the wrong one. So that'll be replaced and put a new one in. All this cleans up. We had it spotless before we started construction.
Yeah.
This.
Gonna tear stuff up.
We had to put all this hardy backer board in and everything else because I guess we're gonna tile it all in.
And this room is going to be the what?
The laundry room.
Okay.
And this box has been replaced. I still have to do, as you can see, some more piping over here. I had to replace that entire piece there and underneath the house, back a good bit of ways. That's another, over half the house I had to do the piping on it. Just finished doing the hot water heater, which is in here. Hot water heater, and it's on a timer, so that way we're not keeping the hot water heater running.
Yep.
It just stays hot for as long as it needs to be.
Right.
And there's some storage. You can still see where we gotta take some insulation and sheetrock down up there. We didn't want to take too much of it down because we didn't.
That's fiberglass too, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's nasty stuff.
Yeah. So we gotta take. That was the entire house was covered in that.
It's just blown too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's-
we all had to shovel it
yeah,
up and get
it's
it all
nasty.
empty and everything else. This back door right here on your right has been replaced.
Yep.
That front door has been replaced over there. If you look out back,
It's a lot of work here.
a lot of work that we've already done. I mean, a lot. If you look out back, I mean, we've got a new air conditioning unit out here. The last one got stolen. They picked it up and walked off with it. Cut all the lines.
You got this one bolted into the concrete?
Yeah, it's bolted. As far as I know, it's bolted in. And this thing goes back forever. It seems like you take about 20-30 minutes just to walk to the back of the land. They're going to have a guy to come out here and do the measurements to make sure it's you know,
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Make sure the
'cause-
property lines are correct.
Yeah.
Well, great.
That's my truck. Ron, give me that for helping them fix up the house. If you come out here and go to the side over here, you can see all the temporary power poles that we got up now, and the well water lines coming in. That's the reserve for it, and the lines going to the field and going inside the house.
How far down does your well go?
Don't know. That's something you have to ask Ron.
And do you know the reserve on it? Typically, a well has reserves.
That what you see.
That's the reserve, huh?
Yeah, that's
okay.
it. That's the reserve. It doesn't seem like much, but
That's
it
about
is
a 30-gallon reserve.
It's a lot. It's a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
This temporary power pole is going to be removed, and another one's going to be put up in its place because it's not big enough, evidently.
Yeah, that's a 4x4, and they wanted an 8x8.
Yeah, right. And the two boxes on the wall right there, one of them's one side of the house, and the other one's the other side of the house. The reason being for that is there are 200 amp breakers on each one, and the house, each box you have in the house is 200 amp breaker box, and the inspector came out and said you have to have two out here. So
you get some replacement. You have
right,
to do
and
up
that's
here.
why we haven't wanted them to put the wire on the house, because we're going to have to take that out.
Take that
and
out. Yeah.
Put a new one up.
Replace the wood there.
And
Was
you
that
see-
termite damage? It looked like termite damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, those are actually bees. Those were the bees that got.
Is that
into it.
right?
Yeah. That's why we had to board up that.
What? Oh, those wood bees that bore into there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bored into the front end, and we said nope.
Yeah.
Ron started filling up the holes, and when we put up the boards up there, they went freaking nuts.
You
They're
gotta
like-
get the,
Yeah, you had to get rid of 'em
treated
first,
Wood,
yeah.
wood.
Yeah, and then you can see where the fire had pulled out of here and got, burned it up over here. But
Yep.
we replaced the window on it, and we'll come back and clean it up a little bit better and put some siding on it.
Well, good. There's been a lot of work done here. It just takes a lot of time, and
Yeah, when you
Looks like you've already put a lot into it.
It's gonna be.
yeah.
It's gonna take you a while.
And we've cleaned up the entire front area here. This used to be covered in weeds. The roof's been put on, metal roof.
Yep.
How loud is it when it rains?
That's a good question.
It's pretty loud, but once you get from what I hear, once you get the insulation and sheetrock up, you won't really hear it as much. Coming over to the other side of the house over here, you can see the rest of the land over here. The front door, like I said, has been replaced, and then that overhang up top
Mhm.
has been, we had to put in, keep the bees out and keep, birds from coming up there and getting into the electrical wire and making its nest there.
So
That field's
all your
all
other stuff's in the shed here, huh?
Yeah, all of our other stuff's in that shed. The field goes back all the way to the back of the
How many
property
acres
line.
is this altogether?
I think it's 5 acres.
Okay, yeah.
5 acres. And yeah, we had the field mowed down to the tree line over there, and that was about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Makes sense.
I shouldn't say 2-3 weeks ago. It was probably about a month ago. But hey, it lets us know when someone comes in our backyard, because it leaves trails from people where people think they can go through it.
All right. Well, okay. So a lot of work's been done.